This mission may appear centuries old, but as you can tell by the way I'm dressed, things aren't always what they appear. For this building is actually relatively young, and the people walking these streets are dressed in the days of the 1800s. It's all commonplace at a place called Old Tucson.
It all began in the late 1930s when Columbia Pictures was looking for a place to film a full-length Western based on the book Arizona.
In 1939, they scouted and selected this area to build or recreate the town of Tucson from the 1860s. There was absolutely nothing out here.
Columbia was the first studio to shoot a major Western outside of Hollywood. They looked at old photos to recreate the town of Tucson from decades before. They discovered the buildings were all adobe, but Columbia had no idea how to build an adobe film set.
Our local tribe, which is one of the prominent tribes in Arizona, the Tohono O'odham, or the desert people, were actually hired to come in because they still use adobe and brick making on the reservation.
The tribe built the set in 1939, and many were cast in the film as Apaches riding horses. Interestingly, the tribe didn't know what a set, let alone a movie, was.
So it was explained that they were going to build keys or houses. And so the key, which they still have on the reservation, they still deep within, the tribal members that came here built as if people were going to live in them.
75 years later, that well-built set is still intact. The western buildings, the dirt streets, and the mountain peaks rising in the distance have all been a part of over 300 movies and TV shows over the years. You've probably seen this set and not realized it.
Probably our most famous would be the 4 movies that John Wayne filmed here.
Good evening. My name's Wayne. Some of you may have seen me before. I hope so.
Rio Lobo, Rio Bravo, El Dorado, and McClintock. So John Wayne really put us on the map.
When you walk the streets of Old Tucson with Joe, you find the backdrop for a wide range of movies over many decades.
Okay, so this is the Hotel del Toro. And if people, when they look at it, they go, I know I've seen it somewhere. This was the hotel in the Three Amigos. So, people always get a smile on their face when they see the Hotel del Toro.
The Three Amigos comedy cast of Steve Martin, Chevy Chase, and Martin Short are just a few of the stars that have walked these streets. At one time, this was the busiest film set outside of Hollywood. It's still active, yet it's also open to visitors to stroll through the many buildings and experience the movies through the memorabilia and through the live shows that entertain guests. It's part of a bigger mission of this place.
The bonus on coming to Old Tucson is not only do you have fun, but you actually learn about our history and our culture and of this whole region.
Old Tucson is still a place where television and movies are filmed, but it's also a place that seeks to tell the story of the American Southwest. And because of that, this will always be more than just a movie set. It's a place that stands the test of time. Traveling the countryside at Old Tucson, Arizona, I'm Andrew McCrae.